Hello there viewers! This is a short and efficient Teamhood tutorial for those who just joined Teamhood as a fresh new user. And I will cover essential pieces of our software so you better understand and you can get productive in no time. So what you already see on my screen is a home page. And whether you were invited or you are the one creating the very first project in Teamhood, you should see this page. And maybe you will already have some of the items displayed on your today or upcoming schedule. As well, you will see a list of workspaces on the left. And a workspace is like a container where you place all your project data, you invite collaborators as team members, and it's a great way to structure things. Each workspace can symbolize a separate team, a project portfolio, or just a business function. It's actually up to you and how you would like to work. Inside the workspace, you will find other elements. As you see already on my left side menu, I have these colored squares. Those are boards. A board, well, it's again another group of works, and it depends what kind of work you do. If you're doing like small projects and standalone tasks, you will most likely have a one board where everything is centralized and neatly packed. And you will be probably working with Kanban board view. So you have these colored statuses and rows to further structure everything in your workflow. If you're working on medium to large scale projects, well, you probably will use Gantt at some point, or usually, because it's the most convenient way to plan ahead and track everything, whether your plans are happening as you envision them. It's also about dependency management, data management inside, because it's quite flexible. You can turn on or off any field which is related to your project work items, and you can even go further with list views if you don't need the calendar part, because this way you will be able to pack more data in a single screen. If you're a fan of Excel spreadsheets, this might just work for you. Apart from that, let's get back to the Kanban board and see what else we can do here. Because Kanban boards are also very flexible structures. They make your work visual. Also, they help you to document how you and your team work by defining roles. Maybe it's a type of work, maybe it's a priority, and people just don't need to read some documentation. They already see on the board what's happening. You can also, just as you saw, group the board in a different mode by tag, by user, or you can even expand specific statuses. You see in here what I just did, I just expanded in progress status, and now it shows me child items as standalone cards. This is super powerful when I as a manager may be interested in seeing the high level overview, but my specialists in my team, they will be interested in these particular detailed workflows. So I can model the whole process and sub-process inside a single board. That's unique, and that's only specific to Teamhood. No other tool has such capabilities. And this is what makes Teamhood really visual. As you see, you can add items right away on here. You can break down big tasks into smaller ones, and there is no limitation how deep you can go. Of course, you shouldn't go just too deep at the very beginning, because you first need to understand what can you do and what is convenient to do. If the board structure needs modifying, you can go to the edit board options and see what's the workflow, change the colors, change the titles, and add new statuses or status groups. Again, to document and make things structured. Now, what is very important, another building block. So if I'm working on my board as a manager, I want to have high-level overview, but what if other things are not that important for me as a specialist? That's why we have this thing called board views. And each board view is like a tab for the same data, just different view. Some tabs will be Gantt, some tabs will be Kanban driven. But also, if I'm a specialist, maybe I don't want to see all the statuses, or maybe I don't want to see all the rows, or maybe I don't want to just see all the data fields. This way I can narrow down and make things far more simpler, specific to my own use case. So I can configure everything and just don't forget to save the view for myself or for everyone in my team. Now, if you need to put more data, you will be using item details, as you see on my screen, dependencies, child items, custom fields, default fields, descriptions, comments, change logs. If that's not enough, you will be able to create documentation pages inside Teamhood, just where your projects are, so you don't lose any of the rich data that you need. So as you see, it's a true integrated environment of everything you need for a productive project management. And watch other videos to learn more about advanced Teamhood features. Good luck, stay productive.